A lot of families are running out of money and having to choose between the bills or the food.
I'm a school governor in East London, and every day I see child hunger and child poverty. And I also know that when children have had a breakfast, it improves their attendance, their punctuality, their exam results, and the healthiness of their later lives.
Children are more engaged in school. It means they're happier to come to school. Children want to come to Breakfast Club. It's fun. It's a fun place to be. And, you know, you get served your breakfast.
It's good for them. So I'm all for it if I Haseltine School. Magical breakfast is fantastic.
I'm eating a bagel, I'm drinking orange juice and I'm eating some porridge. I'm having a mixed breakfast.
Not often do you have your bagel buttered by Boris or have a chance to have breakfast with the Mayor. But for children at Haseltine School in London, that's what they did when they had a special magic breakfast in its City Hall.
Everybody got what they want so far. In Scotland, they put salt in porridge.
The healthy start to the day was followed by a healthy pledge. £650,000 from the Mayor's Fund for London to help feed 5,000 school children over the next 3 years. Sounds a lot. In food terms, it amounts to 300,000 bagels and nearly 200,000 bowls of porridge. Plus a lot of children, no longer hungry, but ready to learn.
Magic Breakfast has done an amazing job of publicising what is an acute problem, and we're very pleased with the Mayor's Fund for London to be able to give it some support.
There are 3 differences that we'll see from our relationship with Magic Breakfast. The first and most important one is primary school kids having the energy to fuel their learning. Ultimately, that's what we're really interested in. So we're targeting 5,000 kids, 50 schools, 7 boroughs. The second thing is our ambition is to grow this across London. And I think the third thing is I would say that this is not an issue that's unique to London. I think it's across the UK.
What have you had to eat?
Porridge. I had 2 porridge. I had a bowl of porridge and some bagels.
And what was it like?
Really good.
How did Magic Breakfast come about?
I started Magic Breakfast when I found out that, rather shockingly, kids were going to school too hungry to learn. So I took a mortgage out on our house and said I'm going to give myself 2 years to solve the problem. And my project management has been pretty poor because it's 10 years on and Magic Breakfast is still needed and needed more than ever, actually.
But is it needed because more children are hungry?
Yeah, I mean, the sad fact is that, you know, in the last year there's been 3 different surveys. One by the Children's Society showed that more than half of teachers are bringing in food because they're experiencing hunger in the classroom.
It's a severe problem and it's a growing problem because food used to be a very, very small percentage of household income, even in lower income families. And it's climbing and climbing and climbing. And it now, in a poorer household, it's starting to represent over 30% of what they've got coming in. Now that's a lot when it's competing for transport, for clothes, for, you know, everything else that you need to buy for yourself and your kids.
I think it's quite shocking that in London, which is one of the richest cities in the world, so many children are coming to school without food and without being set up well for the day.
So we want to solve the problem for good. And what's our plan to do that? Well, get the kids into the habit of a healthy breakfast, you know. So we provide porridge, orange juice, bagel, cereal, Quaker oats, Tropicana orange juice. They've been really good allies to us. They're really helping us. Plus parent education, plus a plan to get the schools to self-fund their breakfast clubs. And that's really innovative. No one else is saying that.
Sounds like a good policy. And as if breakfast with Boris wasn't enough, members of this breakfast club were offered a rare treat, to sit in the council chamber, where, having received tips on porridge toppings earlier, they showed their appreciation by offering the Mayor a few more political policies of their own.
Make sure that people are safe walking around London.
Yes, so make sure people are safe.
Back in the canteen, the Magic Breakfast sponsors were having their say.
Really, it started off as something quite small, but actually, through Magic Breakfast being the conduit, we've actually seen our relationship grow with the school, so it's been brilliant.
Although the morning revolved largely around eating, CARMEL was keen to point out that the advantages of breakfast clubs don't end there.
The Breakfast Club is brilliant for many reasons. I mean, the children get a chance to socialise, to read, to let off some steam. I mean, one of the schools said to us that the Breakfast Club is like a release valve in the school. It just means that the children can really be settled and ready to learn at the start of the school day.
A large proportion of children who come to school without having had breakfast may not have eaten since lunchtime the day before, or maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, you know, a packet of crisps, for instance, until they come to us the next day for breakfast. The difference in terms of children's ability to learn when they've had a breakfast and when they haven't had a breakfast is huge.
I think the future is based on partnership and changing culture. Partnership because we know we can't change everything on our own. Fighting child hunger and child poverty needs a coalition of government, business, communities, parents and teachers. But it also needs a change of culture so that people value breakfast and also healthy eating in general, so that no child starts the school day too hungry to learn.
But the last word has to go to the children. It seems here that everyone's in agreement that starting the day with breakfast is a very good idea.
It keeps you thinking, and it keeps you powered up, and it gives you more energy.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.